Good evening, YouTube. This is your boy Knuckles. I'm coming at you with a rather sad announcement. It looks like I am going to be permanently co-hosting Play the Hits as our dear friend Nicholas Weber has departed this mortal coil.
Yeah, this is Rex. I'm just here to let you know that my human is indeed dead.
Oh my god. Rex, is that you, buddy? How you holding up?
It is! Oh, you know, the funeral arrangements and changing the will and... Hey, get away from the mic!
Knuckles, what the fuck are you doing in here, man? I thought
God,
you moved
no,
out.
Please don't strike me!
Wait a minute, is that Nick? You get out,
Hi, Knuckles. Where's Chris?
He was
What's going
otherwise
on here?
occupied.
What are all these machine gun parts in the living room doing here?
Also, I've never played this game before. I equipped all your metal equipment. Enjoy. It seemed like a stupid thing to take off in the middle of a dungeon. I don't know. You guys have fun. Nick, I'm curious to know how you faked your death, so get at me later.
I leave for 5 minutes to make a root beer float and the world goes to hell.
But in all seriousness, it has been a solid 3 weeks since, I'm just gonna run from this battle because fuck back attacks.
I'm never a fan of running, but if you're trying to economize on time, screw this place.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just
Fuck
horrible.
the Lodestone Cavern. So, Nick, in the last 3 weeks or so, you've had some new career aspirations, as I understand it.
I grew up very, very quickly in the last few weeks. No, I'm now the director of HR and accounting for a pretty decent-sized business, about 40-minute drive outside of Defiance.
HR? Damn, Nick.
HR and accounting, yeah.
So
Yeah,
wait.
it was so funny because when I used to work at my previous job, I interviewed for their HR position as a lark, just to sharpen my interview skills.
Right.
And now I'm at a company that's essentially the same size.
So, Nick, if I'm understanding this right, between the two of us now, you hire 'em and fire 'em, I marry 'em and bury 'em.
I don't care who you are, that's legitimately funny. When did you think of that?
Just now. Well, you can thank the Gin Gimlet for that.
Yeah.
Tonight brought to you by, well, gin. I forget what kind of...
Some
shit.
sort of fermented potato. Okay, you know what?
Mixed with juniper berries.
I was gonna say, okay, you got them all recovering there. Is this worth fighting?
They're fine.
What the hell's going on with Cecil when he punches? What's up with his weird JoJo's Bizarre Adventure punches?
Yeah, I know. Holy shit. He's got like One Punch Man hands.
But anyways, yeah, that's been a lark. So between that and looking to buy my first house, it's been a pretty chaotic last few weeks.
Oh, damn. Where are you looking?
Oh, somewhere here in Defiance. I gotta stay near the family.
I got
Who's
you.
gonna watch my dogs when I go on my obscenely long work shifts?
Hey, Nick, I'm still sitting right here. If you, you got a job that needs doing, call 1-800-KNUCKLES.
You know, I've called 1-800-KNUCKLES and it does not ring to your cell phone.
Oh, you must be dialing the Korean extension.
It's hand-related, but it ain't no Knuckles.
Also funny, but they're very different kind of scatological-based humor, if you catch my drift.
You know,
Just
speaking
save.
of...
I'm resaving just in case.
Speaking of South Korea, you know, they ended up animating most of our classic American cartoons, such as G.I. Joe, Transformers, and, yeah, go figure.
We have them to thank for quite a lot of our childhoods, actually.
You know, I just find it funny that you can't think of anything more American than getting up on a Saturday morning with cereal and watching G.I. Joe, as it turns out.
And you have the
Not
Un
so
family to
much.
thank for that, yeah.
Yep.
Or the Kim family, excuse me.
Here we go, this little guy.
All right, everybody, just throw your punches until round 2.
Isn't this just the Dark Imp from Final Fantasy 1?
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
I've never realized that until just this very
Just
moment.
an upgraded version of his weird-looking sprite. Also, no joke, and I know I make this particular joke a lot on this channel, but I swear to God, I thought that tail was his dong back on the SNES days.
Yeah, that would have been pretty, I don't know, is the word progressive?
I just
time?
preferred to think of it as very Japanese.
Well, you know, if there was... What was that death animation from Sid?
He just looks like he's nursing a really bad hangover.
Yeah, he
Oh God, why did I go for seconds at the taco bar?
So it's been 3 weeks, but you remember what we were talking about before we signed off last?
Something about the brilliance of Mark Hamill's voice acting career.
Oh, wow, look at that memory. Good job.
I haven't even watched this episode in 3 weeks either. Though, to my credit, I always do watch our episodes at least once just to check for quality and audio and all that good stuff.
Same here. But no, I think more appropriately we were talking about the brilliance in general of the Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, it's fun little cultural contributions. Speaking of which, speaking of culture and contributions, haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet. Is that any good?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I won't say anything about it, but it's a very satisfying conclusion.
I see. Okay. I can't find 3 freaking hours
Yeah.
to sit down and watch it.
And so that was going to be kind of my main comment. At this point, you've heard that it's a 3-hour-long movie. It's kind of Godfather-esque in that they actually make full use of those 3 hours. It's not.
Don't compare Godfather to that consumerist bullshit.
No. But I mean, it's not long for the sake of long. Like they actually.
I guess I can see, like, if you were emotionally invested in these characters, you would be relishing the goodbye. Me, I'm just there to root for Thanos. I'm there waiting for Thanos to just get the other half.
Well, I was going to say,
maybe
then you
half
may be
of the
quite
half.
disappointed.
Well, of course. I mean, you know.
Boy, we didn't get
This
jack
is,
shit for Sid, did we?
Well, we didn't buy him anything either
Nah.
because he's Sid.
I think we're going to be just fine.
No one's gonna sell a man with that smile weapons, but no, I mean, honestly, my emotional energies have been spent watching the finales of Game of Thrones recently. So
Oh, right.
yeah, so once that's over with, maybe I'll give Endgame a peek and see what's going on there, or more preferably watch it on demand at some point from the comfort of my own house where I can pause the damn thing.
I will say I went out of my way not to take a pee break for that one, so...
The last 3-hour movie I remember enduring was The Hobbits, and good lord, just bad memories. That movie did not need to be 3 hours long.
Oh, the wrap-up to The Hobbit?
The what?
The wrap-up of The Hobbit?
Well, no, it was The Hobbit Part 1 of 3.
Oh, I don't remember that one being super long. I mean,
No,
they're
it was
Lord of the
3
Rings,
hours,
so
right?
they're definitely longer than average, but...
But, I mean, the company was good. I think I had seen it with Christy, but I remember sitting there after, like, the hour and 45-minute mark, and I was like, oh my god, how much are we gonna pad this thing?
They're still going. Oh, shit. Yang is different now.
Yeah, boy. Some sort of horrific nuclear...
Hey, Nick.
What the hell was that?
Yang is looking like my ex-girlfriend, if you catch my drift.
You know, the only thing that... oh my god. Look at that green pig character picture,
Yeah,
too.
why so much green?
Well, I mean, I'm
since
assuming...
Sid is in the back row, because I'm an idiot, I'll just go ahead and have him be item guy.
They put all of your heavy hitters in the back row, though. I don't know why. And of course, like, when you get Tellah, he's right there in the front.
Right, yeah. What is that noise? Hello, that's a Kiraga is what that is. We're gonna be fine.
But
We're gonna be
anywho,
fine.
So, yeah, Hobbit. I only saw the first movie in that trilogy, though. I don't really remember how that went. I know the third movie was just, like, one big battle.
Well, do you have any intention of seeing it?
No. I remember something about Benedict Cumberbatch was a character that may or may not have existed, or was like an origin story.
No. Cumberbatch was Smaug.
Oh, you're right. Then who was the necromancer? Who was like Sauron?
Yeah,
Saren?
yeah. So the necromancer is just kind of a throwaway line in the original Hobbit book. But they kind of fleshed him out to give Gandalf something to do. Wow, that was almost criminally easy.
Yeah, he got a few good hits in there.
Yeah, he got a couple
That's
whacks.
right. He was he both?
Yeah, he may have done the voice for the necromancer, though I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to remember something from all those years ago.
But yeah, so the Necromancer is basically kind of like a pre-incarnate Sauron.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But between that and Azog, the plot device,
Azog, the plot device.
I just really wasn't feeling it.
What was that villain in FF14 that we made that joke about? Sigmund the Unthinkable or something?
Sigmund the Unsinkable, or no, it was Sigmund the Unsinkable.
Well, but we called him the Unthinkable, which is just...
That's what I thought in my panic. Is like, oh my god, the Sigmund the Unsinkable.
How horrible!
Unthinkable.
Where's my emergency? Oh, I can't use it in here.
It goes right up there with Way Out's Clam Before the Storm.
Clam Before the Storm, that's right. So, Nick, I'm thinking once you get really settled in with this new job, a visit to Bloomington is in order, and we've got to find another project to do in the same room together.
Yeah, I just need to find time to take a day off and go somewhere. Oh my god, Chocobo was booking it.
Yeah, I know, he was really ready to get back home. That was a kidnapping is what that was. But yeah, I'm thinking like a project that really could only be done on the couch together. Like, not saying this necessarily, but like a Donkey Kong Country or something.
Oh yeah, good old Donkey Kong Country. What's your favorite Donkey Kong game?
The original.
Well, I mean, are we talking Jumpman or are we talking SNES?
Yeah, sorry, SNES. Donkey Kong Country. Like when he started to eat Mario's pie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the original arcade Donkey Kong is loads of fun, too, but I wouldn't rank it, like, among my top games of all time.
I would say, for me, it would have to be Donkey Kong 64, followed closely by Donkey Kong Country 2.
I want to go buy some shit before committing to the Tower of Zot.
The Tower of Zot's come up. Well, we ran from so many fights, I don't think we're going to get much silver items.
You're right, yeah. Well, there are some freebies, though, in town, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true, and I think there's a couple gil caches you can pick up.
Yeah. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so there's the thing. There's the town.
Mithril, okay.
Yeah, so not silver, but Mithril.
Called Silveria, or I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining it. Oh, well.
Yeah, so in the Japanese, I believe it was always Mithril, and they kind of adopted that language later in the English translations. But you're right, there were previous English iterations where they called it like Silveria or Silvertown or just Silver.
Because, how did you come out as Tellah?
I don't know. Cecil just got. Oh crap! I don't realize what I picked up there. Okay. Yep. There's 5,000.
I'm trying to figure out what was sufficiently blasphemous with Mithril to merit it being changed to Silveria.
I think it's just that they thought Americans were that stupid that they wouldn't understand the reference.
Well, you know.
If I had to take a wild guess.
So, what are you reading these days?
What am I reading these days? I'm about to pick the Witcher.
Don't tell me you're still reading Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh no, that one got finished a while ago. I actually just finished reading Omarosa's book, believe it or not.
Omarosa, boy, you're reading everything that comes out of the Trump administration, aren't you?
It's cathartic in a way to know that as crazy as it is from the outside, it's just as fucking crazy on the inside.
Well, so we're told. We got a whole 5 years of this crap left.
Oh god, don't get me started. Alright, so let's see here. Tellah can go ahead and equip the staff. Doesn't really matter. I sold the knife, because who uses knives in this game?
Yeah, not anymore. Now that we're past the silver well, no, the anti-metal cave.
Well, there's not really a character in this game that specializes in knives. Like, you don't have a thief.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Mithril sword, definitely. I think I can hold off on the Mithril hammer, because we're about to get, like, the Gaia hammer for Sid, I believe.
I think that comes pretty late in the tower, and if I remember correctly, with the Tower of Zot, you want an early advantage as opposed to a late-game advantage. But...
Well, let's get the armor and see where we are.
Tomato, it's your choice. I mean, if you've got the money, where is your money?
I'm sitting at 38,000.
Yeah, that might be a decent investment. Well, yeah, some armor.
So let's see here.
not invest too heavily in Cecil, because he's going to get the ice sword, I think, on the first floor, right?
The firebrand, you're right. And I already got him the stupid mithril sword.
Never mind.
So I'm already committed.
Yeah, Cecil's armor needs just bankrupted us again.
Yeah.
As they do.
Alright, so Sid, you get the leftovers. Well, actually, I can sell Cecil's old gear here. Let's optimize him. Then get rid of all that paladin gear. There we go, that should do it. And now Sid will be sitting just fine.
Well, I guess remember we will get some stuff from the basement in Torian.
That's true. Cool. We're good. Whatever Sid was equipped with, the leather clothing and the ruby ring. Damn, Sid. Oh, hey, now I can afford that shield. Wait, he can't even equip... Why did it lie to me? Oh, because the hammer's a two-handed weapon. God damn it. What a waste.
Sorry, but a carpenter's hammer is not a two-handed weapon.
Right? Well, that was dumb.
You couldn't have known. You were set up for failure.
It's true. Except I've played this game a million times. You'd think something like that. You would think I would have crossed that bridge at some point before.
Of all the things to commit to memory, I mean.
Yeah, Sid, who's in your party for a grand total of 2 dungeons.
I usually just let Sid stay dead the entire time so everyone else could get the XP.
I just forgot where we were going there for a second. There we go.
Let's go play around with the hovercraft some more. So
Guys, for the last time, it's not a toy. Shut up, Tellah.
So did you say you picked Witcher back up recently?
Yes. Or I'm about to.
Where'd you leave off?
I'm about to. What's number 4? I have to figure that out before I crack it back open.
That's a good question. I can't remember. I know book 5 is Lady of the Lake.
Okay, so where I left off, Ciri just got, like, fucked by some kind of spirit.
Don't remember that happening, but, I'm trying to remember the title of book 4. Oh well, it'll come to me at the most inopportune time. Why is everybody here just Radia?
Yeah, right. With, like, green puke on their hair. I see you have acquired the Earth Crystal. God? Sid immediately bows down in worship.
Wait, now why is Cain the one with the disembodied voice?
It's just like this big intercom that only he has access to.
Golbez I would understand, but Cain, that was... I don't know.
All of a sudden the radio on the corner desk starts going staticky. It's like, wait, we have this technology? Who's that voice?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you have to talk to someone to get the store?
That's what I was thinking.
Works.
What is going on? Also, I'm gonna yoink whatever's. There's the next room
book
back
4 was called Tower of Swallows.
Tower of Swallows. That's right.
That's what it was.
Giggity. I mean, yeah. I guess we should go give Edward the obligatory pat on the back here.
Did we get something for that?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna risk it.
I mean,
it'd be great if we didn't stop and see him. Edward just saved his friends and they immediately forget about him.
Oh gosh. It's like when everybody gives you graduation presents and money and you forget to write the thank you cards.
Yeah, right here, sign. Guys, I'm gonna pass this card around, sign it. Tellah just can't be bothered. All it is a signature. He's just like, ah.
Have a great summer.
Have a great summer. Oh, God. Congrats on your bar mitzvah. I'm not even Jewish. Fuck you.
That's fine. I'm not even interested.
Right. Oh, I see your mouth moving, but all I hear is bitch, bitch, bitch. Jesus, Tellah, the man's hurt. Me, I prefer the soldiers that don't get hurt.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there's a great Trumpism for you. I love how after all that, like the like red, white, and blue, you know, gotta take care of our boys, soldiers are still for him. I don't get how that works.
The Teflon Dawn.
I know, I mean, like, some of these are people who actively have, like, brothers and sons that are, you know, captured by the enemy, and, like, he's talking shit about them. Like,
well, you know what they say. Yeah, well, no one's perfect.
well, it's either him or a black man or a woman, so,
Yeah, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to, right?
I'm sure my son will be fine. He's intuitive. He'll get his way out of that Vietnamese prison. Sir, Vietnam has been over for 50 years. Wow, there's a lot of shit down here. None of it, like, super helpful, but all of it decent. Like, let's see, that's
Wasn't
silver
there some
apple.
money in one of the boxes?
Possibly. And hey, Cecil's HP just broke 1,000.
I like how they tell you how much inventory room you have instead of letting you imagine.
Yeah. And I guess there wasn't any gil in there because I still only have 1,000. That's alright.
I think there was a decent bow in there. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
That could be. We'll know when we get Rosa.
Oh yeah, nobody. Well, I think Cecil can use the bow, right?
Yeah, but why would you do that?
That's true. I mean, I guess you could put your paladin in the back row.
Actually, in the DS version, I seem to remember that being a valid strategy for some fights.
Have him in the back row and then have him draw enemy fire.
Yeah, so just have him equip that augment that the enemy only aims for him. Put him in the back row with like your best defensive gear and just have him cover defend the whole time, and he's practically unkillable.
Yeah, I mean the augments were definitely a cool system, but you should have been able to de-equip them and equip them on other characters. Like having to make a permanent choice.
Yeah,
I always thought that was a bad idea.
That's true.
Especially when you found out that stat growth was tied to them.
Yeah. Though that being said, by your third playthrough of the game, you could pretty much throw them at whoever you wanted.
I don't remember Kane looking so fish-like.
Yeah, I know his helmet is decidedly more Leviathan-based in this one.
Follow me into the Tower of Zions. Because we ran out of room on the world map.
Right.
I've always wondered why there... Maybe that's literally what it was. Like, somebody had designed the world map first, and
is the Tower of Zod just a floating palace? I mean, is that what's implied here? Because it's not really a tower at that point.
No, it would certainly increase the urgency of it collapsing.
I was going to say, and not only that, though, but you never hear, like, anyone on the ground being like, wow, the Tower of Zod is sure pretty today. Just floating up there in the sky precariously.
The sun rises behind it. Turtles, welcome to my above-ground technodrome.
Yeah, right. You had best hurry, or else something will happen to April Rosa. Wait, Rosa, are you Hispanic?
See.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Why? No reason. I mean, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Why wouldn't you be fine with it?
Duncan, come here, bud. Would you like to sit in the chair? Oh god, you're really gonna sit in the chair, aren't you?
Golbez is just a tremendous racist.
Come on, sit in the chair, bud. The only chair I want is the Iron Throne.
You don't control me.
Alright, back on the couch with you.
Oh boy. Well, I was gonna farm EXP a little bit here, but Yang is about to end this fight dramatically.
2 solid gut punches.
Yang is berserk. I always picture like characters with the berserk status just like frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, that works. Decoy. What does the decoy do?
Nick, you were so right. I forgot how quickly this area throws armor and weapons at you.
Yeah, I guess the flame sword is on the 3rd floor then, because that's the box that I thought it was in.
Yeah, strangely enough, me too. Oh, these guys suck.
Everything here is, I think, pretty awful. I think the only thing that's manageable is the marionette.
Yeah. Damn it, Jan.
Well, we'll kill them with bug bites.
Fortunately, they don't seem to have a ton of HP. Like I said, this isn't quite as easy as the SNES version, but it's also not anywhere near as difficult as the original or the DS version.
Yeah, but it is a long climb, and you don't want to waste too many resources early on.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, we learned teleport. That solves our MP crisis.
So, you're gonna get back into reading the... What are these guys, fire? Or...
I think so, yeah.
What's something purple and magical?
If I recall from your comment last time, it's like the elemental color that they're similar to that hurts them.
Yeah.
I'm going all in.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fyra should do it.
Damn.
Quite curious.
And alright, that'll do.
Okay, yeah.
Tight.
Good deal.
Cecil, you're on healer duty here.
You told me what you're playing, or you told me what you're reading, what you're playing these days.
I'm really trying my damnedest to finally put Red Dead Redemption 2 to bed. So I have the bad habit, as you well know, of doing multiple big projects at once and making very little progress in any of them. So I just started really committing to Red Dead 2's story. And I mean, it's really engaging. It's a wonderful game, but I just haven't given it, due time to like actually make my way through the narrative.
I hear it might be getting a PC port.
Oh, really? That'd be awesome. It's also one of those games where, like, kind of similar to The Witcher 3, where the side missions are, also as engaging as the actual main narrative. Yeah. I mean, they're definitely shorter, but the payoff is in kind of like the little side stories that they spin. It's a lot of fun. And we've just about exhausted Cecil's MP here.
Remember when you're in the tower, or not the tower, but the Giant of Babel, and you're walking through, and it's fairly difficult, and you just run into the frickin' Clockwork Dragon?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty rare encounter, but he always seems to show up at the worst possible time.
Yeah, that is exactly where I was going with that.
What are you playing these days, Nick? If anything.
In my free time, I've been finishing up playing Epic Battle Fantasy V. Okay. That's been again, I love that quote. Somehow one man from Norway continues to make better games than all of Square Enix.
That's just a little bit sad. So hey,
it is what it is.
While we're talking about gaming projects, this seems like as good of a time as any to announce the kind of next major project here on Play the Hits, which is indie-focused series that we plan on doing through the months of June, July, and probably into August, if I'm guessing.
So something nice and summery.
Yeah, well, we'll call it Indie in Summer. Title pending. But wait, are we still allowed to say Indian? Even if it's not.
If you're talking about actual Indians, yes. Unless you're talking about Native Americans.
Well, here we're talking about.
Turtles doing
yeah, I know, right? Here we're talking about a lackluster wordplay. So, holy shit!
So, what have you got in mind?
Well, there's all kinds of really good indie titles that I kind of have in my backlog. Some that I've played through before, others that are going to be new to me. But we've talked previously about doing Firewatch on this channel.
I would love to see Firewatch.
I would personally kill to watch you do a playthrough of Shovel Knight.
That would be fun.
There's one that I just picked up on a PlayStation Network sale called Adrift, where you're an astronaut on this spaceship that has just lost control.
It's been a while since I played Shovel Knight. That would be fun.
Yeah. We're out of MP. Yeah.
I told you were gonna...
It's not like you have much of a choice, though. You gotta heal. I mean...
Well, yeah, but now you can use Osmose with Tellah. Oh no, you can just be a normal person and use ethers or
yeah. Yeah, we're fine.
I'm wondering how that works. Do they just huff it, or...
Yeah, right. Is it the same as in, like, a real-life ether, or...?
That's what I assume. Now, are you getting the most mileage for your money with Cure, or do you want to be using Cura?
So 2 Cures basically equal 1 Cura, but Curas are 9 MP, whereas Cures are only 3.
You pay for the convenience, I forgot.
Yeah, it's a battle spell instead of a field spell. Alright, here we go.
Okay, here's that boy.
Here's that boy. That boy is gonna wreck our shit here unless we use Blizzaga.
Okay, hopefully he doesn't open with Blaze. If that's the case...
Oh, what do you know? He's dead.
Well, it's a good thing you had a preemptive strike.
Yeah, damn. He was just sleeping in that box, and we just pried it open and stabbed him to death.
Oh,
I didn't
gosh,
expect that. That was way easier than the old versions.
Oh, yeah. That was almost criminally easy.
You didn't even have to use a...
I feel like you don't deserve that.
No, I don't think I do.
So that flame sword should help you out significantly.
Yeah,
here.
flame sword's about to carve some ass here. Yep. Carve some ass. I don't know why that's funny.
Well, I mean, that's essentially what you're doing when you're...
Yeah, when you've got a sword.
Piece of rump roast off a cow.
Yep, carving ass. I've only had one drink, I swear.
People like Angus steak, but no one would eat it if you called it cow butt.
Carve cow ass. What? It's not like we're serving you the sphincter, you prudes.
You know, Angus, isn't that from a particular cow breed in Ireland, if I remember correct?
I don't know, actually. Is it like...
It is, yeah.
What's that
I read
Japanese
a book over this
one?
now that I think about it.
What's the Japanese one everyone always raves about?
Kobe.
Kobe, thank you. That was going to drive me nuts. I was all excited to try Kobe before I realized that most places in the States that claim they're serving you Kobe are not serving you Kobe.
No, not in the least, because the FDA is incredibly lax about words and what they actually mean.
Yeah, and if you order it as a burger, you're already getting ripped off because the whole point of Kobe is apparently how the fat is marbled.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Which means jack shit in a burger.
So that's why you can serve cow butt from wherever and call it Kobe, and that's why you can make champagne. Although what
Outside
it really
of
is like, well, champagne is a drink that only comes from Champagne, France.
Right, kind of like Scotch.
France is yeah, but I mean, there's an actual region called Champagne in France, and the European Union has really strict rules on that.
Right. Well, it's the same with Scotch, though, is what I was saying. If it's called Scotch and it's not distilled in Scotland, then it's not Scotch. It's just...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's just
you're
whiskey.
Right. Yeah, sorry. All the alcohol trivia I learned goes in one ear and out the other.
It's because you learn most of it while you're actually drinking said alcohol.
I suppose, yeah. Makes sense.
That's usually where that happens, yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, we're on floor 4 already.
Young doesn't die in this one, right? Or go away temporarily in this one. No, yeah, he sticks around with us.
It's the next one, yeah. I had to think about that right before you got on the airship.
Yeah, because that opens the way for Edge.
Not everyone's coming out of this alive, though.
Who could you be talking about?
But whom?
Actually, we lose Tellah and Sid pretty much back to back, don't we?
No, I think Sid's...
No, because we get to the underground and then Sid immediately jumps off the airship with a bomb and somehow lives.
Oh, that's a long time from here. That's after the Tower of Babel.
No.
Right?
No, that's like coming right up, because the next thing we do
the
is go
lower
underground.
half of the Tower of Babel. No, because the next thing you do is
Oh, you're right. You're right. The bomb scene is after that, but he leaves us to repair the airship. We just never get him back in the party.
Right, yeah. Exactly. I had just figured that out about the time you had said. Yeah, so he'll leave and go do some Sid stuff, and I think that's when we get Edge? No, he gives us the winch? I don't remember.
Let me think here. We lose Sid, we get Rydia back, then we lose Young, and then we get Edge.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. I kind of forget about that whole interplay between going up and down below. Wow,
yeah,
this game really had a lot of gameplay for Super NES game.
Well, and you go back to the Tower of Babel no less than like 8 times, so...
Right, yeah.
Oh no, Tellah's down. Well, he's got some Sonic the Hedgehog hair going there, doesn't he?
Tellah?
Yeah, look at him.
Not as glorious as Cecil's Vegeta hair.
Yeah, right. It made a lot more sense on the SNES than it does here, where they actually have the rendering power to give him long hair. And the fact that they actually do give him long hair on his field sprite.
I like how when he falls, he's still got his long hair pointing upwards.
I know.
So they just turn the sprite around, as opposed to making the hair do what it's supposed to do.
No one said it had to make sense. God damn, why do they always get the opening attacks?
Because you got really lucky with the flame dog.
Yeah. You're right, this dungeon, the enemies aren't particularly difficult, there's just a lot of them and it's a good climb.
You don't want to
It just wears you down.
You just don't want to put yourself in a situation where you've worn down all of your resources is the big danger.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of save points here either.
No, I think we're about, though, to the sisters, which...
I think the problem is resource management.
Yeah. Well, there's a save point right before them, so we'll get an opportunity to use a tent.
Yeah, but I think the path branches in 3 directions. Do you pick the wrong one that accidentally goes right to the boss?
Oh, I see.
Because I remember this game was bad about that. You know, you knew a boss was coming up, but you didn't quite remember where.
I gotcha. Ah, shit, I don't have enough MP to cast Fire. Fuck it.
Do you? How much is it? Oh, yeah, that's true. You can just pay the enemy to leave. Or drop kill. Whatever.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. Alright, so let's see
I'm
here.
pretty sure that's... No, that's not the boss. Okay.
Hey! Sid's not useless anymore.
Now he turns into a murder machine for just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm just gonna hurt you a little bit. The
Hey,
Hell
some
Claws.
Hell Claws.
That sounds intimidating.
The Super NES version, weren't those the Heck Claws?
I don't remember. Maybe the demon?
No. I think it was, what was it, Cat Claws, maybe?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think you're right on that one. They're cat claws. Either way, things just got a little easier in here. Oh, no, Sid, my slowest character is now slightly slower. Why would they slow down the fat guy? You know?
Just take him out of the picture entirely.
They probably really didn't want him to close the distance, you know?
Same reason they tried to silence your monk who took a vow of silence, right?
Yeah, they're really not playing to everyone's weaknesses with these status ailments, are they?
They did not read the dosser that was handed down before you got here.
Let's see, the mage has a beard. Oh, that guy's got a mustache. Close enough. Preemptive strike. Oh, damn. Okay, I get it. You like hurting Yang. No
He's
one
got
cares
a lot of
about Sid.
HP.
That is true.
Well, not quite as much as Cecil, but are they on the same level, I wonder?
Well, usually the monks have high HP to compensate for their poor defense, which is what we're seeing here. Attaboy, Sid. But yeah, so what are some other indie games that you might like to play through as part of this summer project we'll have going soon?
I'd have to browse my Steam library, but yeah, it's been forever since I've played Shovel Knight. That would be fun.
And I recall you were pretty good at it, too.
I'm adequate.
Which I'm not. I'm terrible at it. I mean, I love me some good platformers, but yeah, that was just never my strong suit. But, so I picked up Adrift. We talked about Firewatch. There's always Meat Boy, which is kind of the granddaddy of the indie genre.
Well, I mean, would it be that? Well, yeah, I guess that is like one of the oldest indie games, or the oldest well-known.
I mean, it was a Flash game before it was an indie game, so...
Yeah, but then you get into territory of who did it better, Meat Boy or Treasure Knight, Shovel Knight.
Yeah. I'm currently finishing up The Messenger on this channel as well, but that's been a very much, ongoing project.
You know, Steam's got a summer sale coming up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I bet you we could pick up something decent on there. Oh, I just remembered another one that I was thinking. We talked about Gone Home a while ago as well.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that, like, free in most places?
Not that I'm aware of. It was.
That should be easy to get your hands on.
Well, I have it. It was one of the PlayStation Plus titles a year or two ago. So I've got that one in the wraps. I have finished that one, but it's been a while, so I'll be going in pretty fast. And it's also not like, it's in no way a challenging game. It's a narrative thing, and it's just kind of unwrapping like a mystery inside of a house. There's no danger. So it doesn't matter how much I really remember. We'll just work our way through it.
Gone Home. I thought it was called Gun Home.
Gun Home. Oh, another one that's thank you, OneDrive. Another one that kind of meets that same sort of quota. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, which I have not played through.
I've heard things about that. Isn't that the only good game that was made by that really company?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to tell me more about that.
If I remember correctly, I think the company that made that had made like a bunch of typical religious-themed game flops, and then they made that, and it actually stuck.
Really? I mean, it doesn't seem particularly religious or like evangelical. It could pass.
Could be wrong.
It could pass for like a light horror game, from what little I've seen. Damn it!
We just left Tellah.
Here we go. Now, tents do not revive, correct?
I think they do.
They do?
I think they do.
Do I want to risk it?
I would put money on it. You got 10 tents and 5 Phoenix Downs. What's the more valuable resource?
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Sorry, reminded me of something from work.
And another tent. We're fine.
Oh, that's right. Tents don't fully heal.
Well, and it didn't revive him, so that's
it
okay.
didn't?
No, that's all right, though. I think cottages do. That might be what we're thinking of.
Maybe. Or just another Final Fantasy game, or just another iteration of Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, it could very well be.
He's going into diabetic shock, damn it. He doesn't need a tent. He needs his insulin.
Please, my heart medicine. Shut up, old man. You're fine.
Now, can they revive?
I think you gotta kill the fat one first, and then they can't.
Okay, alright, I can't remember if only one of them has the power to revive or all of them do.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, it makes it much more difficult.
So the beginning part of the fight is just healing with Tellah and focusing all your physical attacks on the big girl, and then you can just unleash Tellah's magic, and that will finish the fight. Once again, not a difficult battle. Actually, let's focus.
Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's exceedingly simple because they just focus on one character doing all the magic spells, right?
Right. Yeah, it's not bad. Their Delta attack is literally just introducing you to how Reflect works.
Right.
Which doesn't really pay off until Bahamut. No. Oh, actually, that kind of hurt a little. That's all right.
Just a little.
We're gonna be
If
fine.
it had done 300 on everybody, we might be in.
Yeah, that could be an actual issue.
Or is it the little girl that revives? I can't remember.
It's the big girl. Big girl's the healer. Oh shit. Well, now we got a problem. We're still fine, but she just punched Yang.
When do you get Reflect for your party?
It's not a super late spell for Rosa.
But you won't be getting it soon either.
No, but we'll have it by the time we get to the moon, which is all that really matters.
Yeah, that's a long way from now.
Tellah's got it right now, actually.
Yeah, for one more fight.
Nick, spoilers.
Oh, well, you know, because there's only one more fight
it.
left in this tower.
I'm about to heal one of them. Ah, we're fine.
Not that one.
Doesn't matter. Oh, I hope she cast the spell. That would be hilarious. Oh, she did. Nice.
There we go.
Oh god, our whole strategy is falling apart miserably. Why didn't anyone tell us? All right, Tellah. You get one moment of glory before the Golbez fight. Oh god.
Oh no, the worst status effect of all.
Or at least the most annoying.
How did Sid No, because Confused never works out. It's never harmless. It's always, oh, Sid now cast a meteor.
Yeah, right.
It's never anything less dire.
Sid has absorbed Tellah's magic. What's he doing? Oh my god, no. And it's not like the downgraded meteor, it's the FF7 meteor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, this battle is fucking over.
Welp.
Why would she do that on Yang? I mean, what? Maybe she just wants to die. She's like, oh god.
I mean, if I remember correctly, Berserk does, well, don't matter anymore.
That was a mercy
Berserk,
killing.
I think, does lower your accuracy, so...
Yeah, but it also, like, does, like, 1.5 times your regular attack power, too, which is nice.
I like how they, like, Microsoft Paint erased them out of the scene.
Whoops. There we go. Yeah, you're right. Some of the effects in the PSP version of the game are, yeah, kind of like Photoshop 101. Let's see here. We've got Barbariccia coming up, right?
Yes, be sure to take off all of Tellah's valuables.
Yeah, I just did, so we're good there. There we go. Welcome, fools! Shredder! Dude! You turned Kane against us, man! Not cool!
I was wondering who the traitor turtle was, and then I remembered, no, that's Power Rangers, and that's the Green Ranger, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, Tommy. I mean, I'm sure Raphael and Leo probably had their moments where, like, Raphael was working against the team, but I forget.
Yeah, but it never worked. It never lasted more than the 20-minute episode. Dotard.
That is the greatest insult ever. Ignorant. I'm sure you're right, it's dotard, but I'm gonna call it dotard. Ignorant dotard. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Damn, Tellah.
Well, technically that was the Red Wing, so no one individually is responsible.
Yeah, right. If anything, Cecil's equally to blame for it by not...
I always look forward to seeing each game's iteration of Golbez's sweet-ass sprite.
This one's pretty cool.
Though there's absolutely no wind in this tower.
He's got like a fan behind him just to make it look dramatic.
Oh gosh, he reminds me of that old anime Dragon with, what was it, the villain who would always carry around dry ice with them for flashy entrances.
Dragon what now?
Dragon Half?
I don't remember that one.
It's like a 90s anime. Back when you had to get your anime on VHS tapes.
Yeah, I had to go to Suncoast Video and pick up a Viz Media. Oh, those are the days, man.
Oh, yeah.
Or alternatively, you could usually see Sailor Moon on the USA channel, which was kind of ironic.
Could. Very true.
Dude, like back in the days of like no mainstream access to anime. Yeah, this is a cool effect. Yeah, I rocked some Sailor Moon. I got pretty into that
take
show.
What you could get.
Damn, Tellah! Yeah, they really buffed up the spell animation for Meteor.
They just wait till everybody on the moon starts casting that.
Yeah, I know, and it's like completely useless. I like how Zemus even uses it against you in the final battle and it just does jack shit.
Yep. I love that you get to a point where you've outgrown Meteor.
I know, right?
I love how he casts Meteor and he's the one who dies and Golbez is just fine.
Kane's worse off than Golbez. That last Meteor, really? The splash damage on that, no one warned me. I'm okay, just give me a minute.
Totally not a sleeper agent.
Right? Impudent fool! Oh my god! Is he a man or a woman? I just hit a woman! Oh my god!
What
I'm so ashamed.
Chances?
I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm sorry, your hair, I just really can't tell. Tellah's like, I'm fine, guys. Don't worry about me.
Cecil's not, Tellah's not doing so well, guys.
Tellah just pees blood for a few weeks, and he's back in commission.
Nope, he's back on his feet.
He's fine. Oh, there he goes.
Cecil.
Get up, you old geezer.
I still think this was a good idea.
Also, don't take me to a Jewish doctor.
Oh. His glasses weren't left behind, unfortunately. I was hoping to pilfer those.
Yeah, right. Those were damn nice specs. Well,
Cecil
see you,
Cecil starts prying the ruby ring off of his fingers. What? He's not going to need it.
Yeah. What the fuck's he needed for? Knuckles just comes into the room after they're all gone. He's got a shovel. He's wearing a hat. Just starts digging himself a big hole. Man, I can't believe they pay me to do this.
It's always good to do what you love.
Kane doesn't realize that the real booby trap is the gun that's loaded next to it as soon as someone starts tampering with the wires.
You know, I also love the fact that in this high-tech tower full of, like, cyborg creatures, like, that's their trip, is just, you know, mustache-twirling guillotine.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they might as well have laid down some train tracks and tied her to
I
those.
was just thinking the same thing. That's plan B. Wouldn't it be great if, like, they just start getting really into it and all the guys, like, oh, God,
Kane's just standing there.
No, Cecil, I want him to watch.
Oh, God.
A single tear just rolls down Kane's cheek.
You know, it doesn't take you long in a Google search result to find that, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Actually, from what I read, Eki, I believe they're called Eki, Final Fantasy comics are actually a pretty major source of revenue for Japanese artists.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering there's no real regulation on that.
Right,
yeah. As opposed to, you know, if you try to do that with, like, an American IP, you get hit with the cease and desist pretty quick.
Yep, pretty fast. Whereas in Japan, they kind of it's kind of like being lampooned on Saturday Night Live, you know? It's like a point of pride.
Yeah, I mean, it's their version of, you know, Mad Magazine, right?
Man, this game must be really good. This game must be really great. Look at all of this hentai. Yeah. Seriously popular.
You know, I just realized that by the time we finish this chapter, it's going to round out pretty nice and evenly at an hour.
Yeah, we've got one more fight, and that's... Sid, you just been back road, boy.
Oh, right, because you can't pick who's in the back row or front row. It's kind of predetermined.
Whoops. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. She inherited some nice stuff from Tellah.
It's not an okay bow, it's a great bow.
As opposed to just the good bow.
Or the okay bow.
The adequate bow.
You know, had she just appeared a little sooner, she probably could have got all of you.
I know, right? She could have just come out of nowhere and stabbed us. Why do they always give themselves away? They have to monologue first.
Well, I mean, I guess it is for, you know, dramatic effect. We're not dealing with a documentary here.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Video game.
You know, that was my favorite part of the Watchmen ending, is that by the time they actually fought Ozymandias, he had already fucking succeeded.
Yep. Have you seen advertisements for the new Watchmen series on HBO?
Yes, and I must say I'm intrigued. I'm glad that they're not doing a simple reiteration.
Huh.
Like,
that was unexpected.
What?
I was not impressed. I just got this really strong vibe that, hey, everybody liked Rorschach, right? What if we made everybody like Rorschach?
Yeah, I mean, that's not inaccurate, but at the same time...
He tests well with audience members, and if I remember correctly, Alan Moore was trying to make Rorschach reprehensible. You know, he by no means meant for him to be the adorable center person you identify with.
Well, and I think if they do that right, though, it could be kind of interesting, because, like, what if an entire cult of, like, people with Rorschach's temperament pop up? I mean, that could be terrible.
Well, isn't HBO the same company that gave us Entourage?
I have no idea. Probably.
All I know is that I'm finishing up Game of Thrones on Sunday, and then I'm canceling my subscription again.
Oh, yeah, which is funny.
I will read about it online if it's any good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just interested enough that I might actually consider a subscription.
I still remember last summer when I was trying to get caught up on Game of Thrones. I managed to get all 7 seasons in on my 1-month free trial.
Nice.
Pretty pleased with myself.
That is impressive. Damn, Kane!
Well, I mean, this is kind of his battle.
Yeah, but damn! There we go. Kane! Jump! I remember that in the SNES version. Every time she went to her little wind tunnel there. Kane, jump! Okay, I remember.
Nice. She gets 2 turns. Yeah. Double attack power while he's paralyzed.
We're fine. This is actually the only one of the 4 fiends that even resembles a challenge. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not challenging, but...
Yeah, you're right.
There's like multiple things you have to consider, like the characters turning into stone, remembering to jump with Kane, all that good
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
I guess you're right. I mean, Cognazio, I mean, one Thundaga and he's down. Rubicante, he's so weak against ice it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it's almost broken how weak he is to Rydia and Edge in that fight.
Yeah, he had the wrong elemental weakness. And I remember you're just so surprised how weak he is for how deep you are into the game at that point. It was like a welcome respite.
And like how much they build him up, you know?
Yep, and he just goes, he folds like one of Trump's cheap Chinese suits.
Right. Well, it's been a pleasure fighting alongside you guys. I will see you in hell. You know, I know a magic spell that can get us right out of here. Shh, 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 shh.
Oh, I thought we were going to use Sid's weird remote control airship.
No, that comes up about 20 seconds from now.
Ah.
So, you know, if Golbez is still controlling Kane at this point, why doesn't he just fucking lie to them about the Dark Crystals?
Well, I assumed Kane had snapped back to it, just, he didn't know he was a sleeper agent until Golbez needed him again.
That makes sense.
That was my impression.
So Kane's not playing you. He really believes that he's in possession of his own will.
Right. That was my, impression.
Yeah, that's probably more correct than I am.
The Dark Crystals? You don't mean the MacGuffin that doubles the length of the game.
Right. Aha! The other MacGuffins.
You thought this was going to be a weekend rental. You were wrong.
Fuck you, says Square Enix.
You'll need it for at least the whole week.
Maybe 2
Buy
if
it
you're
at
going.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, right. If you're going for all the optional content. So the last video rental place here in Bloomington closed down, and they're apparently having a closeout sale. So I might check that out for any games and movies that I've kind of had on the back burner.
Side note: remember when video stores would sell pornography?
Oh yeah, behind that like thinly veiled curtain.
Right, yeah, which I always thought was like some sort of party room for adults.
Yeah, right. And then like you always had like the one friend who was like just tall enough that he looked like he could be 18 from like a distance, and so he went in to make sure there were no other adults back there. And then you had the lookout friend who was really like the awkward kid who just giggled at boobs. And so
oh gosh. I didn't realize there was this whole Ocean's 11 thing involved.
Oh yeah, you had the kid with the brother that just graduated high school to rent it for you. And I mean, it was a whole system.
It was like beer, but not beer.
Yeah. Well, that was always way easier. You just asked.
That's true.
You just paid the sleaziest looking dude in the parking lot to buy you beer. Let's see, that's a tattoo of Satan's skull fucking a dragon. Will you buy me some beer?
You can keep the change. Here's a 20, a 50.
Don't insult me, kid. Alright, well, on that insanely random note, this has been the mighty return of Final Fantasy IV, and Nick, we'll see you.
We what is it? We went from 3 crystals down, 1 to go, to 4 to 0 and 8 to go, or I don't know.
Let's just say if there were a mercy rule, we'd be out of the game at this point.
Yeah, actually, we lost progress at this point, huh?
But hey, we got Rosa, which makes battles a hell of a lot more straightforward. But that being said, we'll see you next time right here on Play the Hits.